All right, so yeah, let's jump right into it, man. First off, you have a fight coming up pretty soon on August 20th against Saul Roman. What do you know about your opponent, man?
Yeah, man. I mean, Saul, tough, rugged veteran, been around the block, done fought just about everybody. You know what I'm saying? Has a lot of experience. He's an old head. But to me, like I'm a vet too, so it's like I ain't just another, you know what I mean? Just another guy, if you ask me. Just another guy that's going to be there and, put up a fight.
What would you kind of say are some of the things that he does really well in the ring?
He keeps coming, like he don't stop. Like you see him, like what I noticed, like yo, when he getting beat up, he don't stop punching. Like he'll punch bad, he'll fight you. He got like that Mexican heart type stuff. You know what I mean? So I think I don't know if he knows how to utilize his size or whatever. Like I'm fighting a little heavier than what I am, being as though I'm coming down so far in weight. You know what I'm saying? So maybe he'll try to impose his will, but I mean I think he has a lot of heart, and maybe that'll work for him or that won't work for him. We'll just find out.
What are you kind of looking to accomplish? If you was to pick up this win, that'll be two in a row for you. What do you kind of see as like your road to getting a world title shot? How far over do you think you actually are?
Um, so I mean, just 2 fights ago, I just fought for the title, regardless of how horrible it ended. We was there, and I feel I just want to come back. You know what I mean? I'm just glad to be back. I'm not looking past the man. Very cliche, right? But like, I'm not gonna look past him. But mid 2023 and be in the position that I was in last May. I'm sorry, like 2021 May. Fighting for a world title. You know what I mean? And we'll see what happens. But if I can get back with Lara, that's that's like my ultimate goal.
What kind of went wrong in that fight, man? Like you said, it ended horribly, your own words. Just what kind of went wrong? Was he just a lot stronger than you realized? Did he hit a lot harder? I believe that was his first or second fight moving up in weight. So was it just a combination of just you thought, hey, he's a kind of a smaller guy. I don't really think he's gonna hit that hard. Like what kind of went wrong, so to speak?
No, he is in my generation, and one of the best fighters to ever do it. You know what I mean? When I say to ever do it, like I said, in my generation, he's arguably one that beat Canelo. You know what I mean? Obviously, it's funny. I had my fourth pro fight when he got robbed by Paul Williams at Boardwalk Hall. So like I was 4-0 when he was fighting for world titles. You know what I mean? Like I thought he won that fight. So arguably, definitely one of the best in my generation. And he just used the experience and skill. It was very simple. It was like 3 or 4 straight left hands that he caught me with. That really didn't affect me. It didn't hurt me. I actually told myself, and talking to myself, in a weird way, yo, I'm gonna beat this dude the fuck up. Like he can't punch. Like he
Yeah.
really can't punch. He's sharp. He's really sharp. He got that precise left. You know what I mean? That southpaw left. And what happened was, me, I was caught up in the moment, Hans. I was caught up in the moment, man. Like I was caught up in the moment. I'm fighting for a world title against one of the best fighters, and wasn't really utilizing my mental, utilizing my head. I wasn't moving my head, and he looped the shot, and it wasn't a hard shot. It was just the perfect shot, and the perfect shot. You know what I mean? And those are the ones like you kind of don't see coming, and it was it. So like it really didn't. Kudos to him, but like I kind of feel. I let my guard down. I stayed on the line way too long, and how could you let one of the best boxers and Cuban boxers, give that much time? I mean, shit, we could do a time clock of how long my head was on the line before he caught me. It was like 5, 6, 7 seconds. It was ridiculous. So,
Yeah.
you know, um, mistake on my end, and what happened. Finally, I'm past it, and it's just gotta get back to it.
Interestingly enough, you aren't too far from where Danny Garcia lives and trains and stuff like that. Have you ever gotten a chance to get in the ring with Danny Garcia, spar him a little bit?
No, actually, we never sparred. I know him. Like we talk. Like yo, we was just talking. You know, so it's dope that and like so I knew like low key I knew because this shit's real, man. Like depression and mental like illness, that shit is crazy. Um, and for him to put it out there like that, and with the star being that he is. I know I'm getting off topic, but I
No,
think it's
you're
just got a little bit more important. He reposting it, talking about it, getting on the phone with me, and because I went through it as well. You know what I mean? But obviously, I'm not a multi-millionaire. I'm not a two division world champ. I'm not like well accomplished as he is. You know what I mean? So it hit me a little harder. I was always like way bigger than him. Like I'm always like bigger than him, So we never sparred, but like he's allowed me to train in his gym. Sometimes I'm good friends with Billy Briscoe, one of his assistant trainers. So it's all love. It's definitely all love in that aspect. And I do hear that it's talks of him and Lara fighting, which is pretty dope. But outside of that,
well.
we're just cool. Actually, my first ever amateur fight I went to, when he was still an amateur in the Golden Gloves, he knocked my man's out. My man Brian stopped him with a body shot. Um, it was just weird. So I've been following Danny literally since I
That
started boxing.
that's ironic. So I mean, I like you just said, I know you're really cool with, and just want to make sure you can hear me well, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, like I know you're really cool with Danny. So I don't want any bias or anything like that. But like if Danny and Laura was to get into the ring, they were talking about wanting to fight at 155. I was actually talking to Laura, and he was at the Danny fight as well. And he was just like, yeah, like I'm in the building to, see the fight. I think Danny's gonna win. I want to fight him at 155. How would you kind of see that playing out? Who do you think would actually win that fight, man?
Um. I'd put my money on Lara. You know what I mean? Styles make fights. Everybody just thinks Danny. The one thing I will say though, everybody thinks Danny's just like this left hooker, this hooker. You know what I mean? Like he only got the one shot, bro. He was boxing. Like, bro, you can't be a well accomplished amateur, two division, multi time champion without knowing how to box. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
he's a good boxer, right? But like trying to outbox a boxer and a master boxer is pretty, you know, it's not probably the smartest thing to do, but listen, it's boxing, man. Anything can happen. I mean, I'm at a point now where I could just say shit. I would have never thought. I didn't see many people get put. It was like when shit happened to you. That's how you realize that literally anything. Lara, based off stylistic. You know what I mean? He is the bigger guy as well. I mean, he's been fighting at 54 majority of his career. You know what I mean? He has two fights at 160 now. You know what I mean? So fighting at 155, I don't think would be a push for him. You know what I'm saying? Neither. And Danny coming up, but Danny's not a small guy either. You feel me?
Since
So
you're since you're giving the edge to Lara, would you see him kind of being able to box his way to a decision, or would you actually see him getting an opportunity to hurt Danny and stopping him? Danny has an ironclad chin, but do you think Lara can actually break through that?
Lara can't punch like that. I mean, he can't. I mean, I know it's weird for me to say that, but the place he put me like in, like he caught me with the perfect shot, and it was all. And he told me, sorry, and he told me it was like, yo, like I was doing the same thing over and over again to set you up for that offer with Danny so quick. You know what I mean? So quick or whatever. But can he hurt him? Yeah, he can hurt him. But Danny can hurt Lara too, though. Danny's strong as shit too. So two world class fighters, fighting. It's a really really interesting fight. Everybody thinks, just like I said, Lara being like 15,000 years old. Can he slow it down? Is he going to slow it down? And listen, The guy, he's never really taken a lot of punishment. You know what I mean? He had obviously the fight with Hurd, you know, uh, he had actually a pretty tough fight with like Angulo and like Carlos. I'm dating back to like Carlos Molina type stuff. You know what I mean? He had some, tough fights, but like he never really took a lot of
I think I'm losing you a little bit. Is your internet connection okay? I think I'm losing you a little bit.
so, yeah, I'm on now. How about now?
Yeah. Okay, a lot better.
Way better.
Yeah,
My,
that's way better. So yeah, so you were saying that you don't think that he can hurt Danny because Lara doesn't really punch hard. It's more so about his shot placement more than anything else.
yeah, I think Lara's not like a one punch knockout guy. You know what I mean? So it's like he's just really sharp with his punches. Like he's really mad sharp. Like his accuracy is pinpoint. His accuracy is pinpoint, and um, oh man, he has one of the best boxing minds. He's a good boxer. You know what I'm saying? And his legs work well. But also on the other side, Danny, he got that IQ, he got that experience, he got that grit, he got that, willing to come from behind to win or willing to come from behind for, what I mean, maybe just just barely win type stuff. You know what I mean? He got that. I think he got more dog in him. And I said that even with me, like I felt like I got more dog than Lara. So to this day, but um, uh, that's what makes it interesting. You know what I mean? It's the style matchups really, really, a lot of people in boxing might think it's whack or whatever, but nah, like I think that's actually a real dope fight. But Lara, coming out the winner, just stylistically, just because of stylistic.
Can I wanted to, I mean, first off, I appreciate you breaking that down for me, but I wanted to kind of go back to a little bit of you saying that you went through a little bit of depression yourself, just like Danny, and you said it ended up hitting you a little bit harder. When exactly did it hit you? How badly did it hit you? And when did you finally say, okay, I'm past that point?
Yeah, man. So obviously October 21st. No, October shit. Look at me. May 1st. The hell am I talking about? May 1st, right? I fought Lauder, right? What happened. I trained my entire life for that one moment. I sacrificed so much literally for that one moment. And for it to be, taken in 90 seconds, call it, right? That's put me out. You know what I mean? Just put me out. You know what I mean? And I come back home. Here I am now, this 29-year-old kid that really didn't have nothing, don't have nothing but boxing. Literally, like I have, I was raised well and raised great and all that, right? But like I literally have nothing but boxing is all I do.
Mhm.
And now I got some money on me now. I got the most money I've ever had at one time, and I thought I'd be happy. I thought I'd be like, you know what, my health is good, my daughter's good, my now wife is gonna be good. We're gonna be good now. And I'm thinking, I got to get that back. I was just so antsy. It's like being in a street fight. It's like when you get beat up on the street, it's like you want to keep going. You know what I mean? Because like it's embarrassing. Like it's embarrassing. Like my fight with Lauda peaked at like just over 700 something views on Fox, and again like 90 seconds. Like it peaked at like 700 something
Yeah,
at the time. It was 90 seconds. Who would have said? You know what I mean? How many people was gonna watch it? You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So boom, like. So I would say, and then so obviously, I don't really put it out there a lot. So I went back to like Mexico in a little bar in Sonora, thinking I'm gonna get I'm gonna get a win. I'm gonna get this out my head. I'm gonna get this out my head, get it over with. Like it never happened. I'm gonna be back. And then once that happened, it was like the phone stopped ringing. People stopped answering my calls. People started being distant from me because, like, bro, I just went 2 months of being this top dog. Everybody around me, they wanted. I mean, bro, the fanboy shit was crazy. You know what I mean? I'm like, being looked at like, oh, I'm being taken care of, but people are doing shit for me. They trying to be on my side, they on my team, and then when it happened, it was over. They got their check and it was over. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, so And I was like, yo, like, am I ever gonna be back here, like back to this again? So it got me angry. And so when getting me angry, I'm bringing it to the home. I'm telling my well then 3-year-old, now 4-year-old, I'm being mean with her, my now wife, you know what I mean? I'm bringing that negative energy to the house, and it's just like all because of what happened to me. And like, I was very distant. And if you do get a word out of me, it's kind of like fuck you type shit. Like, it's, excuse my language, but like,
It's all
it was
good.
bad, bro. I started drinking, smoking, like just dumb shit. But the crazy fact was like, yo, I'm in the gym literally almost every day, every bit of good 215, 220 pounds, fat as shit, in the gym. You know what I mean? Lying to myself like, yo, I'm gonna get back to it. I'm gonna get back to it. I'm sparring, getting beat the fuck up by low level guys because I'm completely fucking out of shape, and I'm just being like, bro, I take more out of my life in these sparring sessions back then, than I was, in the whole camp. You know what I mean? And I'm loving it. And I'm leaving the gym, smoking again, drink, like, yo, shit was wild. You know what I mean? Me and my girl was getting to mad argument. It was just bad, man. It was just, and what's crazy, Hans, yo, it's like, I really feel like a lot of people had it worse too. Like, they have it worse. Like, they have nothing to live for type shit. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm thankful every single day that, like, I'm just like, yo, you know what? Like, so I'm a promoter as well. I'm gonna get to what I was saying. Like, so I do shows as well. And I seen this picture of me with one of my guys, Manny Rodriguez, who's fighting on the undercard, for the WBO Latino title. And I'm looking, and I'm next, and mind you, he's 118 pounds. He just got done fighting, so he's small. Me, I'm bro. That night, the night before, I was 232 pounds. The night before, because I
That's
checked my
crazy.
weight. Okay, like 232 pounds. Mind you, that was in November. I fought. I was 160 for a lot of fight in May. So we're talking 6 months, 5 months, whatever it is, 6 months.
Yeah.
We're talking 6 months. And it was just like, yo, I gained that much in so time, and I felt bad, I felt nasty, I felt sloppy, I felt like, what the fuck am I doing to myself? All the drinking, all the smoking, all the not giving a fuck, blowing my money and everything. I just said, yo, I gotta fucking make a change, man. I gotta, if I want to give my daughter a fair shot and a fair chance of doing something, giving her the best life that I feel I had. Like, my parent, my mother and my dad, they did what they can for me, and I feel like I had the best life. You know what I'm saying? But
Hmm.
like, you can't, unfortunately, that takes money and shit. So to get back and provide for her is now my wife. I got to. So after the holidays, starting in January, I started camp because I was coming down a little bit because I was like, yo, unofficially, like, I gotta do something. I gotta keep exercising. So unofficially, it was January, I want to say maybe 18th. It was on my in body. I wish I have a picture I can go see. It was on an in body scale. I was 225. It was around like that mark I just said. Up until now, you know what I mean? So we're talking, 8 months or so. um, you know, I wasn't like I just dropped all this weight in like a month or two. Now I'm fighting at 170. And I feel great, man. Like, that's when I really felt like I gotta, get the fuck out of this, because I just personally was feeling like shit. I was bringing shit to the house. It was just ridiculous how I was, and that's not the type of person that I am. So, it was around like the November, December area. In the holidays, you all like cheerful and fucking jolly and shit.
Yeah.
All that good stuff. So that helped as well. You're around family and all that. But yeah, man, I just say, you know what, there's light at the end of the tunnel. And I always bet on me, Hans. Like, facts. I always bet on me. Nobody else bet on me. I
Mm.
mean, I always believe in myself and bet on me. And after the 20th, next week, it's just the get back. It's still, you know what I mean? I'm gonna get right back to where the fuck I was. And it's gonna be sick when, I tell people, bro, don't let me get to a world title. Don't let me get knocked the fuck out for a world title. Don't let me go through hell for a year and some change after a world title, just to come right back and fight for another world title before you do it again. I tell people, don't let me do that. because that's what's gonna happen, bro. That's what's gonna happen.
So let me ask you one of my last questions because I know you just said that, well, you didn't just say it, but a few minutes ago you said that you're a promoter as well, and I know that I
Yeah,
have read a story that the reason why you're doing this promote you are a promoter is because you more so want to give fighters what you didn't have, as
yeah,
opposed to like maybe like other people are probably in it for the money or you know other things of that nature. You're still obviously actively boxing, and like you said, you're trying to help other fighters. So can you kind of elaborate on that? And does it kind of take away from your own focus in your career right now?
yeah. So the key. So Rising Star. So it started right. So it started because when I had my first loss, and I got cut by my promoter. Okay, and then he released me. I had nowhere to go. Nothing. You know what I mean? It was, all right, well, now what the fuck am I gonna do? So I had a couple of dollars, and so I just said, I'm just gonna wing and just go. So we started Rising Star, and it just became a successful hobby, is what I called it. Like it was a hobby because I didn't think I was gonna be like a real promoter. I'm not saying I am, but I definitely didn't think I'd be as frequent and active as I am now, or you know, pre-COVID, like just before COVID started, you know what I mean? Like I was active, and I've been active post COVID as well.
Yeah.
Um, Started as a successful hobby, and but my whole reason behind it, besides getting me right and getting me fights and getting me the opportunities I was fortunate enough to get, and building relationships and all that, but by being a promoter, right? Is to give the fighters, the platform that I had. Like, listen, coming up on what you call a ticket seller. I had and I still do have a great fan base. You know, what I mean, people do come out to support me through the highs and lows, and um, um, so I was given opportunities left and right. Like I said, I fought on Lara Williams. I I turned pro for Dan Goosen, God rest his soul, and Tom Brown, TGB. That's why I like, me on all these PBC cards. You know what I mean? I also with Louis the Cubas. Shout out Louis the Cubas. I've been with them since Jump Street. I turned pro for Tom Brown. So um, it's giving the fighters a platform. I mean, it's just giving them the platform. Like I got somewhat of a name still in boxing. Definitely here on the East Coast. I have good sponsors. I have good networks. Locally, like the streaming, the Facebook streaming, the BXNG, with Adam Glenn, that get behind me and support me, and they also want to help the fighters. So it is all for the fighters. It's for the fighters that want to fight. And here's one thing I always say: like I don't promote fighters, I promote fights. You know what I mean? I don't have any regrets in my career, but I definitely wish, if I can go back, I would change a lot of things. You know what I mean? And that's being babied early on in my career. I believe in developmental fights. I believe in picking the right opponents, but testing yourself as well. And yeah, that's what Rising Star is all about, man. It's just give an opportunity, and obviously, give an opportunity will get you eventually, if you're good enough, to mega opportunities. I truly feel I built myself to a world title. You know what I'm saying? And which was dope. It wasn't like a fake world title, like a vacant something against like a unknown neither. You know what I mean? So with all that being said, man, all for the fighters. I'm fighter first, bro. I'm all for the fighters, all for fighter first. I don't play that bullshit when it comes to the fighters, because I see too many of them. A lot of my boys too. They just getting dicked over left and right, man, and they're just too ignorant to, know what the fuck going on. And it's like,
Yeah,
you all you could do is give your input and give some love, but if they don't want to do nothing with it, then what can I do?
for sure. You definitely have a unique story. Definitely can't wait for other people to hear it. If is it could you just kind of tell everyone where to follow you at on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook if you're on that, just so they could just follow you and just keep your name out there.
Facts. Well, first, Hans, I just want to thank you for your time. Shout out to my man Frank for making it happen. Definitely my man, my main man Ben, bro. I really appreciate it. This is a big channel. not a lot of, not just anybody could get on. So I'm grateful for just the opportunity, and still getting, you know what I mean, just still getting the chance to tell my story. Um,
Absolutely.
you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, so that's mad love, man, mad love. So I'm on Instagram at official cornflake boxing, Facebook Thomas LaManna, Thomas Cornflake LaManna, and Rising Star Promotions all on Facebook, and very active. You know what I mean? Yeah, and yeah, man, I'm not really on Twitter like that. Like Twitter, like I got one. I just go on for the drama. I love the drama on Twitter. You know what I mean? So, but I'm not active on it at all. Like, I think I just saw it's funny. Like, you'll go back like a couple of days ago. It was like my 10-year shit on Twitter, and like I did a retweet of it or some shit. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
but yeah, bro,
Yeah.
that's me, man. I just
That's,
appreciate